I guess, mending those backgrounds together. Oh, start over? Okay, yeah. I stopped too many times.
Find your words.
I can't now, but...
Yeah, just say this. Just say this. You want the real story or the truth? I mean, the truth or his fallacies and lies?
Okay, you tell my fallacies and lies. We were at SFA, and I saw her in the yard and sitting by herself on the stoop reading a book. All right, I'm lying. That's not that's
I never did that. Fall 2011, and I was at a Sunday business meeting for Alpha Phi Omega. After the meeting, I happened to see him. He had on a blue blazer with a yellow shirt, some khakis, and brown shoes. And I told my best friend Sarah that I wanted to meet him. So she introduced me, and he told me he was gonna cook a meal for me, or for us, with mashed potatoes that he swears are world famous.
Top notch. Top notch.
And fast forward, he never makes a meal. Fast forward to 2015, we reconnected, and we went on a few dates in Austin. Early 2016 is when we made it official. So it took him, what was that, 4 years to get it together and realize he needed me in his life?
It's about 93% correct. I guess what she left out was in 2015, when we reconnected, I professed my love to her.
That didn't count.
In the middle of the street.
It didn't count.
At a friend's 30th birthday party.
Okay.
So I separated myself from the party to show my true love to Kim.
I kind of sat on it for a while, and then when he professed his love to me, I was actually in another relationship at the time, and I gave that relationship time to end before, you know, me and him actually got together.
I was respectful to your relationship.
Professing your love is respectful.
Right, that part.
Our first date, Marcus called me and asked me if I wanted to go to dinner with him. And so met him at Maggiano's little Italian restaurant. And so we ate, we had drinks, we had dinner, it was great. And our server comes over and asks for form of payment, and so very proudly, he handed them a gift card. Ew, my laugh. He handed them a gift card and left the tip on it and everything. Can you tip on a gift card?
Well, the bill was probably a little bit more than the gift card, but you got to be a special woman for me to take you on a date with the gift card. So I knew from then on, like that was, she was locked down, baby, locked down. Okay. I pulled that gift card out, and she accepted me for me with the gift card.
That's when I kicked in the budget spreadsheets. You didn't have to pay.
The proposal happened in New Orleans. The original event was for her parents' 30th wedding anniversary. Not knowing she's really planning like the 30th wedding anniversary / her proposal. All that was set up, and while she's doing her work, me and her dad are behind the scenes actually also planning the proposal. The parents give their thank you for everybody coming, and then her dad calls Kim and I up to the front to give a formal thank you to close the event out. So Kim talks first, as always. And she says, thank you everybody, you know, thank you for coming. And she gives her speech and she thinks she's finished. And so I stop her, I said, whoa, whoa, whoa. As the MC, I'm gonna close out the event. And so I turn to her and I start to share my definition of love with her. I talked about the different long-lasting marriages in the room. We had 40-year, 30-year marriages, newlyweds, and so I talked about how I wanted to share that experience with her for the rest of my life. I told her how much I loved her, and I got down on one knee and I proposed right in front of her family, and she ugly cried and said yes. I had to get the verbal yes. A lot of people just cry, they jump in your arm. I had to, even through the ugly cry, I was just waiting on.
Funny story.
I had to hear that yes.
When we would talk about getting married, I always told him, you know, just make sure my nails are done, because I didn't want to have, like, you know, an ugly hand showing the ring. So we get to New Orleans, and I had no time before we left to go.
Pop Whalen.
Well, my dad comes up to me and was like, you know, thanks for putting this all together, whatever. And he takes my hands and he's like, oh, you didn't get your nails done. And I was like, why do you care? What does that matter? And I was like, it's fine. Nobody's gonna be looking at me. The night's about y'all. I'm good. And he's like, no, you need to do something. And I had just so happened to bring some like press-on nails with me. He's lucky because I was fully prepared to say no if my nails weren't done. There was a lot of times that I've kind of overextended myself for people and get overwhelmed, and he took the time to slow down with me for a minute and value the person that I was, and he didn't try to change me, and he embraced who I was as an individual. He's always been someone that gave me a peace factor, and so when I say that, I mean that he never made me feel like I had to put on, or that I had to pretend, or you know, that there was something I should be ashamed of. And all my insecurities, he's always embraced with me.
No matter what happens during the day, she walks over, she gives me this big smile and this sweet pucker kiss.
Why?
That I will never get enough of. So. No.
Sometimes when I'm napping, I'll feel him like kiss me on the forehead or something, and I don't really, I keep thinking I'm a hard sleeper, but I feel his kiss on my forehead every time. So it's just really sweet because I feel like it gives me a level of comfort and security. I don't know, they stay with me all day, and those small things just create such a big impact on my everyday. I know.
That's tough to follow, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me?
Bottom of the ocean.
Oh. Extremely attracted to the way she loves the Lord. And just her energy. She's always positive. She's always smiling. I couldn't get away from that. It's extremely contagious. So, and I knew that I wanted that with me for the rest of my life.